Hey everybody, welcome back, and thank you to all the new subscribers. If you're new, welcome. Had tons of new subscribers the past month since we last spoke. I think like 600 new subscribers. So yeah, welcome. And if you're new here, usual format once a month, I'm going to talk about what I've been working on, what I purchased, what I finished, and talk a little bit about 3D printing as well this week or this month as well. And yeah, November, well, not November, actually October was a very good month for me in YouTube. Thanks mainly to Temu. I did a Temu video for Temu, and I got like some 65, 70,000 views in the first couple of weeks. So yeah, it was a pretty successful month for me. So let's start off by talking about 3D printing. And behind the screen here, I have a Bambu Labs P1S. Now, those of you followers of the channel will know I got into 3D printing about a year ago, Black Friday last year, picked up the K1 Max from Creality. It worked absolutely flawlessly for a couple of months, printing out Star Wars helmets and props and stuff. And then just suddenly started jamming. Replaced all, because they're from China, there's no real aftermarket or customer service. So got a bunch of parts, replaced a bunch of parts, and it still kept jamming. So I flipped it, sold it on Facebook Marketplace, and kept my resin printer, and not really done much since then. And then finally got the inkling, got back into it. So I got the Bambu Labs P1S, which I should have done originally, probably bought it. And yeah, it looks pretty good. Not yet to print on it because my filament got lost with OnTrack, so the delivery service. So hopefully at some point in time I get some filament, I can actually use it for the first time. But it looks cool. It's a little smaller than a K1 Max. A little concerned about the build volume. It's 256 by 256 millimeters. K1 Max is a lot bigger, but it's supposed to be it's like an Apple. It's like an Apple iPhone. The way you unpack it beautifully, looks great product, and excited to use that one. So getting back into 3D printing, tried this Bambu Labs. Hopefully this one's better than my Creality, and also noticed a few other problems with my resin printer. Now I've not used my resin printer since probably February or March. It's been all summer. It's been sat there, clean, emptied, not using it, and noticing a few problems. So hopefully the community here can help me out. And again, I'm a newbie to this 3D printing thing, so I'm sure I'm doing something wrong here. So let me kind of cut in a little video here of some things, some issues I'm having resin printing, and hopefully some of you guys can help me out and put in the comments below or shoot me a message to help me out so I can improve moving forward and learn by my previous mistakes. 3D printing, resin 3D printing, just got into it about a year ago. To be honest, I've not done anything for months, since the spring probably, and looking for some help. Because being a newbie, I've got some issues here, and I'm hoping somebody can help me out here and maybe leave a comment below. So as you know, this tie bomber, I actually just dropped it, bring it to the camera here, and managed to hit the Warhawk, my 32nd scale one, and break that too at the same time, which wasn't ideal. But if you remember, a few months ago, I talked about this, how it's kind of the underside. It was all kind of melting and peeling off, and I put it down to this cave here being hot. Early in the summer, I wasn't running my AC all the time. It got maybe up to 90 Fahrenheit in here at times, and now I keep it a lot more cooler. And I thought maybe just the heat that melted it, but I saw that, and then I'll show you in the camera how it looks. And bear in mind, all these parts, I did put drain holes in here. I did, cure it. So wash it and cure it for about 4 to 5 minutes each part. And then I noticed somebody made a comment on one of my videos about the Stormtrooper blaster, that the scope was the wrong way around. So I thought, So I took the scope off and glued it the correct way. And I noticed that in the magazine, I had a problem too. So the magazine, like that, and it's all misshapen. This is resin again, and all basically liquid resin pouring out of it, like dripping. Now this was sat on a shelf, near a window with some sunlight, but again, this was in a house. So the house is, has air conditioning, heat. It's always regulated to a comfortable temperature. So I'm wondering what I'm doing wrong here. Again, I'm pretty sure these bigger pieces I did put drain holes in, but it seems like inside they're not fully cured, the parts. So any 3D printing experts, if you can let me know, give me some advice here, because I don't want to go build more stuff and have the same problem. I'm trying to learn from my previous issues here. Obviously I'm new to this kind of hobby side of things in the hobby. So am I doing something wrong? Maybe the settings. I'm pretty sure, like 2 to 4 minutes for item this size is the amount time to cure, putting drain holes in, but how it looks like the stuff inside isn't actually curing. Yeah, so how do you what should I do to kind of correct this moving forward? I guess my question is, and again, 3D printing guys, please shoot me a message if you know, let me know, because I'm reluctant to start any more projects with this. Yeah, knowing this will happen. Now, some of my other stuff, like my little figures I built, I'm looking around here, are fine. I don't see any issues. Like my Jessica Rabbit here, remember I built that. Again, no melting issues, no problems here. She looks good. Oh, that was a bad angle for the camera. Not PG-13. What else? I'm looking around here at my other parts. This guy's on this short. He's in like, I'm not sure he's from this model though. I think it's from something else that melted. So I've got these various parts here, these resin parts, and they're just actually rummaging around. Captain Enoch. Again, oh, same problem. Look, the base split open. He was just sat on the shelf out of sunlight, but again, it looks like maybe it's a curing issue, right? It just split open. So maybe, I don't know, again, I'm not sure if it's a resin. I use Sunlu resin. It's my 3D printing settings, or again, if it's, see there's a hole in the bottom for drainage, if I'm doing something wrong. So all this stuff is kind of going to trash pretty much. But again, yeah, if you can do me solid, anybody knows by looking at this, if you can tell what my issues are, I'll be greatly appreciated. Leave a comment or shoot me an email. But yeah, I just want to kind of, hopefully the community can help me out with this and move forward with some more 3D printing. All right, so yeah, just nonsense with 3D printing. I think it's just the hollow prints not curing on the inside, and trying to figure out how to cure it is the main issue, I think, is what I'm having. Moving on from 3D printing, I started and finished a model, and that was the 48 scale Revell Tornado, or the Eduard Desert Babe boxing. Now, the 72nd scale Revell Tornado, nice kit. The 32nd scale one isn't too bad. It goes together pretty well. Pretty big though. The 48 scale, oh my god, what a nightmare. You can see from my videos, I think we're 2 parts in out of 7, but as this goes along, I can shuffle over a little bit and you can see it better. It turned out okay in the end, but it's a struggle. I mean, get that thing together, the short shots, the stabilizers were completely misshapen. Luckily I have other kits I could use. The back end was a millimeter too short. It needed some work, and there it is. Got it finished, and as always, I'll do a little clip from outside. You can kind of see it in the daylight. I think I nailed the color using Extra Acrylics Desert Pink and mixed it with about 80% Tamiya White, so really kind of bleach it down. It was, again, a little bit too dark for my liking, and remember, I have seen that one in real life. It's up in the Wright-Patterson Air Force Museum in Dayton, Ohio. So you can actually go ahead and see that one in real life. And the video, I think I put a clip of the video in the build series, and you can see the actual real color of it, although it looks very clean on that one in the museum. But yeah, people know about, I mean, there's not really much to say about that kit. It's a little bit of time and effort and patience. You can get it together okay. That one's all right. Use some Resin aftermarket stuff. Use some 5-minute epoxy to glue some stuff on. Again, the fuel tanks have very small little attachment points. Super glue wasn't going to work. I had to use this old 5-minute epoxy to get that stuff on, as well as the JP233 pods as well. But yeah, done. And I don't intend to build another Revell 48 scale Tornado anytime soon. So there we go. Hopefully, as I always say, somebody will bring out another one. Maybe Airfix will announce by the time this video goes up. Maybe they've announced a Tornado at the IPMS show in Telford, who knows. But we definitely need a new 48 scale Tornado, because that Revell kit is not a fun, enjoyable experience at all. So yeah, there we go. So watch the build series. Every other Friday it drops. 7 parts will take you through to like mid-January, I guess. And as you can see, it turns out okay in the end. So then after that, I started with the 35th scale Border Models Spitfire Mk 5B, I think it is. I'm looking around for the box. It's 5B, yeah, 5B. Really nice kit. I've just kind of get going on that one. It's going to go okay, no problems at all. The only issue with that is the instructions have no color callouts, which is just a pain. So I'm pulling up on Scale Mates a Tamiya 32nd scale Spitfire and just kind of using those as reference materials for the colors. But I wish Border Models would put color callouts in the instructions. A great kit, beautiful plastic, that's where they're lacking. So again, let's switch down to the bench and I can kind of show you where I'm at with the Spitfire. And made a start on the Border Models 35th scale Spitfire. So this one's going to be fully open. It's going to be, you know, all the engines going to be showing, have the cockpit, you know, door open, the hatches open, or the gun bays open. So what I've basically done is seen here this box. I built the propeller, I built all these control surfaces, which was Sunday morning's work. It's actually quite a lot of work going into building all these. There's all components inside. So I built all those, and as you can see, we've done the engine as well, which, so my hands are full here. To actually move my light over so you can see it better. There we go. It's again out of the box, looking beautiful. Just a quick mist surface of 1500 black, and then a quick dry brushing with some dark iron. Still do some detail painting on this one too. Just various parts need picking out and painting. But so far, yeah, looking really good. Really happy to detail that. And I do like these 35th scale warbirds, nice size. So that's kind of what I'm got on the go. Stalled a little. Well, I started doing all these because I was waiting for a Quinta Studio set for the internals, which I just received, which you'll see in a minute. So now I've got that, I can really go to town and get working on this one. But again, really nice kit so far, and looking forward to getting this one. Looking forward to working on this one some more and getting some paint down on it. And it's going to look pretty good. Again, all open like I did with the BF 109. So that's it. That's all I've got working on right now. And obviously just the usual part work stuff. But yeah, back to me. There we go. So yeah, going together well. I think, yeah, it's actually really enjoying it. I want to build a nice engine. It's got really nice detail out the box. The only issue is going to be those decals, but again, when we get to it, I can just mask off and paint the roundels myself, hand paint them, you know, mask, because those decals aren't going to work with the black bands around them. So that's kind of what I've been up to. Got two British subjects, got the Tornado done and the Spitfire in the works. And what have I purchased? So basically, a bunch of tools. So again, helping me out here, I'm just going to switch down to the bench and show you more detail my purchases for the month. Okay, so purchases wise, I don't believe I got any new kits I can think of. Just tools, and got some pretty cool stuff, as you may have seen in some recent videos. So a couple of airbrushes. Firstly, this guy, beautiful airbrush, the Iwata HPC Plus. Steel. I got this. If you watch I did a video of recently Iwata versus Program Boy. I talked all about it then. If you didn't see it, got this on Facebook Marketplace, brand new. It was all sealed for $104 shipped from a place in Texas. Usually $198 on Amazon for a brand new one. So got half the price. Thought it was a scam. Waited a few days, paid with PayPal for purchase protection. They didn't really respond. They deleted the listing, which was kind of weird. Asked them for a tracking number. They didn't really give me one, or very good response. And a few days later, it was updated tracking number, and they shipped it. A week later, I received it, and I thought, well, maybe it's one of those things where you get a package for a certain weight, and you open it, and it's just, you know, stuffed animal or something stupid. But it was fair play to them. They just shipped me the airbrush, and really good price. Now, thinking it's from some kind of overstock surplus kind of place. They had like furniture and various stuff on their Facebook page, but the title was just, on the listing was just Iwata airbrush. So, and I don't think they really knew what they had in terms of HPC Plus. They might saw it, you know, compared to Revolution or an Eclipse. They may not really know the difference, right? So I think they just put it that way. So again, search Facebook Marketplace, Iwata airbrush, and just scrolled through and see what I found. And yeah, found it, and I scored. So beautiful airbrush, like I said. So I got that guy. Picked up another Procon Boy. Obviously taken out the box already. My go-to Platinum 0.3, the PS289. So I bought this one, another new one, just so I can compare it for the video against this one. I don't want to use an older one. I wanted a fresh, brand new out of the box so I could test it. This was $77 on Spray Gunner. Time of filming this, I think it is still $77, which is a fantastic price for this airbrush. And again, in this video, I did put a link if you want to go check it out. Both great airbrushes, both Japanese made. I compared it to a Honda Civic versus a Toyota Corolla. This one is ever so slightly better, I think, feeling. The trigger's a little bit nicer, but we're splitting hairs. They're both great airbrushes. If I'd mark out 100, I'll just give this one probably 95 and give this something like 92 out of 100. So they're both great airbrushes. The thing is, $77, $198 if you're buying, you know, at retail price. So when you're getting 2.5 of these, the price of this one, and like I said, it's very marginal difference in performance. This is still my go-to, the Procon Boy, and I actually have the airbrushes right here off camera. The Procon Boy, and here is the Iwata, both 0.3 needles. So there we go. So yeah, 2 brand new airbrushes, which is always nice. I actually need to go through my brushes now because I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 airbrushes, I think. So some of the older ones I can probably purge and throw on eBay. Typically with these Procon boys, like I said, I've been using them since 2017. I use them for about 3 years, and rather than changing a nozzle and a needle, I just throw them on eBay and basically sell it and then buy a brand new one to replace it. Because I find actually do better doing it that way than buying a needle and nozzle. I can't speak. Needle and nozzle. By the time I buy it, have it shipped to me and replace it in the seals and stuff, it's cheaper just to sell it and then buy a new one. Actually, difference in price because these actually keep pretty good value. So 2 airbrushes. Got myself a Quinta Studio set for that Spitfire I'm working on. Now, this got it from eBay. It was about $5 cheaper than everywhere else, and it came from a place in Serbia. And it take a quite long time to ship, actually. And when I got it, it came in this like open plastic bag, which is very different to all the other Quinta Studio stuff. And looking at this, it's not quite printed the same. I'm thinking, oh, maybe this is like a copy. Looking at the actual pieces themselves, they seem really good, but it just the way it's packaged and the way this is printed just seems like it's it's not a legitimate product. Who knows? Like I said, the 3D printed stuff inside looks okay at least. So that one, which is a really nice set, gives you the seat belts as you saw, plus the instrument panel, which really kind of goes well with the border models there. Next up, 2 tools, the spade tools. Now I got both of these for a massively huge, sarcastically I say that, price of $11 shipped from China for both of them. Do like my display tools. Some of their stuff's like nonsense, but they have some really good stuff. Like the circle color's good. The tweezers are really good, which I'm going to show in a minute. These ones I always use, actually right here on the bench. I've used these for a few years, but because I used them for a few years, they get a little bent, a little super glue stuck to the bottom. Not quite as good as they were, when they're fresh a few years back. So again, $11 for both of these guys. This one's like $4, I think, for the tweezers. If you're interested in any of this stuff, shoot me a message. I can give you the link where I purchased it from. Got here in a couple of weeks to the US. So basically just bought, these are AT-TZ02. Didn't like their tweezers. These are my favorite ones, I think. Hang on. Are they the same ones I have already? They might be different. Nope, exactly the same as I have already. Cool. So yeah, just fresh tweezers again for the sake of $4. There's nothing really, and these are really good tweezers, good quality, and they do pick up really small products and do a great job. So they're my updated ones. These older ones can end up in the trash can, or maybe just using the spray booth or something, but they've had some good use. So got tweezers. Next up, I picked up this PT-DK. So I think this was like $7. So again, combined, they're about $11 for both. If you spent $10, you got free shipping. So it was a no-brainer. And what this is a knife. And the nice thing about this is it's like triangular. It actually feels really nice and like chunky in the hand. But the thing is, because it's shaped like that, it doesn't roll. So my usual knife, can roll off and end up in your lap or something. But it's a really nice quality, feels really good in the hand, as the spade tools do. Knife, and it comes with a small blade there. But not only that, you get the box here with a ton of extra blades. It's got to be at least 20 in there, I would say. Very small blades too. They're not the usual X-Acto blade size. So yeah, I don't know how difficult it's going to be to get replacements once I got through those 20. That's going to last me a long time. But I guess for the sake of $7, I could just buy a whole new knife and just with a set of blades again. But yeah, there we go. Obviously not used it yet, so we'll see how it cuts. I'm sure it'll be great because the spade products are usually pretty solid. But again, yeah, nice. It feels really kind of good in the hand. And I'm sure with that smaller blade than normal, it's going to be better for precision and nice cuts. So there we go. That's my purchase. So it's been pretty much a tool month. Got some really cool stuff. Updating the stuff in the cave here. And there we go. So there we go. No new kits. There's not really much on the way out. Hopefully by the time I talk to you for the December update, I will have the new Tamiya F35C. That should ship to me as soon as it gets released, which is very soon now. And yeah, there we go. So that's it. Been busy as always, getting back into 3D printing and working on the Spitfire and the usual shenanigans. So thank you for following as always. Again, I do have a Patreon. If you like the build series videos, I do have the 48 scale Tamiya F14B. That turned out really good with the custom display case. I think we're about halfway through that now on Patreon. And after that, the SU-25 Ukraine Digicamo, which is right there, actually off camera, I don't think you can see it. That build series will be on Patreon as well, right after that one finishes. So yeah, little is like $2 a month, I think it is, although prices do change, paying on your currency and stuff. But yeah, thank you as always for supporting. Thank you for all new people who followed. Again, channel really kind of expanding last month. Tons of views, tons of new subscribers, and I appreciate it. And hopefully you have a good Thanksgiving or holidays or wherever you are in the world. And I'll catch you in December. See ya.